Let's bring someone in here. A very special guest today, Cam Stewart of SportsGrid. Cam, how you doing?
Albertanian. Great to see you and Sharman back. I thought we were going to be talking some footy, but we'll talk some ice today. And what are you going to say about the Leafs, right? Like, oh, we finally get out of the first round, Tampa Bay. Oh, bring on Florida. Really? Bring on Florida? I'd rather these guys be playing Boston, but no, I'm dead serious. Like, that's just the way things work for these guys. And Boston look kind of beat down, but you know what, guys? It's the same old story every year. It's like, I look at these other teams, I'm like, wow, they got real men on their team. Tough guys, even like the not most talented. I look at our guys like Mitch Marner doing skip the dishes commercials, floating around. He's doing nothing. Matthews in his turtleneck telling me to bank at BMO. I got enough problems with my mortgage at TD. Like, these guys got to step it up. Like, honest to God, like the top. That's the whole problem. I'm like, wow, Lafferty looks like the best player on the ice.
Oh my
like
God,
liner. I'm just like, and I can't even blame the goaltending, but it just seems like this team's cursed. But you know what? Everyone's going to get off the ship. And the way I look at it, guys, is in sports, it's hard to sweep a team. It really is. So I'm going to go down with the ship tonight with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know they're a small favorite. What are they? $1.15, $1.20. Yeah. And you know what? If they lose, they lose. But you got to take it, I guess, one shift at a time, one period of time, as cliche as that is. You win this game, you get one on Friday, and, you know, we're back in business. And then maybe the Panthers have some pressure on them. But been very impressed with Bobrovsky, the goalie of the Panthers. Been very impressed with Tkachuk. Like, you know what these guys are? They're like men. They're killers, and they have a great counterattack. That's the one thing about Florida. They might not be the best team in the league, but they really pounce on your mistakes, and they're good. The totals have gone under, guys, at 6.5, but in an elimination game, I'd kind of lean to the over, because who knows what's going to happen, whatever team, especially if the Leafs, if they're down a couple, they'll pull the goalie really early.
I wish we were getting 5.5 like we're getting in the Stars and the Kraken series. Those are fantastic. But,
right.
But I wanted to ask you, like, do you see anything in this team that tells you that they can actually pull this off?
Wow, Al, great question. Probably when I look, no, but I'm starting to think that the big guys will show up, and they're going to have to. I know there's going to be changes with this organization down the line, but, you know, I don't really like Marner's talk. Oh, the media, screw you guys. We don't listen to what you say, but whatever. That's people's job. They have to say you're not playing well and you've been a floater. I'd like to see, you know what the problem that I have though, guys, is it's like hockey's a very simple game. And, you know, we've all played it, and I played it at a pretty good level when I was younger, and you just got to like do things simple. You simplify everything. Shoot pucks at the net. Let it hit, you know, hit your ass, hit your leg, do anything. Go in. Every time I watch the Leafs, everything has to be perfect. Like, oh, I got to pass back here. This, just fire it. Just take a shot, get a guy in front, a big body like O'Reilly, and play the game that the other teams play against you.
Like what they did against Tampa Bay.
Yes. And Vasilevsky, who usually plays great, Al, he wasn't there, right? No. Like, that's the thing. Like, Bobrovsky's not a great goalie. Why do you think they'd put Lyon in to save their season? You just got to score a couple cheap ones on him, get him rattled off his confidence. But that's the whole issue I have with the Leafs is they play like this prima donna team. It's like very pretty hockey, and it doesn't work in the playoffs. They got to muck it up a little bit. You know, maybe a Chari, Lafferty, those type of guys can get the first and motivate the Stars.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking too? Like, they need to chase Bobrovsky tonight. Mm-hmm. I think get in their heads, get the Lion King in there, and hopefully the Leafs can take over the series. Justin?
Absolutely. Cam, when you look at the Leafs, if they lose in 4, 5, 6, or even 7, can they run it back with this same core 4, or does there have to be sweeping changes after this?
Sweeping changes. Like, you're never going to have a chance, guys, where they get out of the first round, right? And now everybody's, oh, we get to play Florida. Good for us. And then what? You beat Tampa Bay, and then you get swept by Florida? I don't know who stays, but you got to break up the core. And a lot of people say Nylander, but I kind of like Nylander out of those guys. At least, you know, guys, puck possession's pretty good. I'd like to see him shoot some more. His speed is good. It's going to be one of Matthews or Marner to go. Probably Matthews. Like, maybe Arizona will make a pitch for him or some American team there. But no, we can't do this, guys. And like, I'm watching teams like the Seattle Kraken do well, and I'm looking at them going, how do they win? Decent goaltending with Grubauer. Excellent defense, you know, underrated guys. They have an offensive defenseman in Vince Dunn, Alexiak, all these other guys, Larson, underrated defensive defensemen, and they roll out 4 lines. The Leafs seem very top heavy, and when their lines aren't working out, that's a real problem. In playoff hockey, you have to be a tougher team. Like, I remember those old Blues teams, guys. Like, you know, San Jose is skating around. They're doing all their things very similar to the Leafs. And the Blues, every game, even if they lost, they punished them on the boards. They hit them, and kind of like a python, they started to squeeze. And then you saw as the series went on, those are the teams that move on. That's why Boston was so successful. Look at Florida. They're a very tough team. The Leafs aren't a very tough team, in my opinion, but they have some tough players, and it's up to their stars to figure it out.
Hey, Cam, how do you bet playoff hockey? There's so many intangibles in playoff hockey compared to the regular season. Do you have a method?
Great question, James. I'm actually pretty broke, like betting the Leafs. Here's a tip: don't bet the Leafs. Don't be a fan of a team that'll lose you money. Even the Oilers. Know what another thing, guys, is? I was thinking about the Oilers in the last game, and they're a big favorite. Sometimes having rabid fans, James, and you and Al, you guys are soccer guys. Sometimes you get too hyped up. It's like, we have fans here. They're wasted. They're going nuts. Like, this is big. And then the other team's like, perfect. We're just going to play a very boring, simple game. Hope you do something stupid and we'll beat you on the counterattack. And that's what Vegas did to Edmonton. Yeah. So I don't really have a theory, James. Like, I like to take, some team, how do I say this? Those 5.5s, like Al said, I like to go over because I know a lot of the time, and there's a big difference. Tonight, they're posting a 7 in the Edmonton game. Am I going to bet the under? Probably not, but that's a lot of goals in a playoff hockey game, right? And you don't know if the ref's going to put away the whistle. If there's power plays, sure, the game will go over because Edmonton's power play is amazing. But great question, James. I don't really know what to do. I do have one strategy, though. Whatever team is down in the series, bet them. Like when a team's down 2-1 with the Kraken, I take the Stars. So you're going to get a good price there. Then they even it up and they become the favorite. Very similar in the NBA. If you're going to take the Denver Nuggets last game, you get them at minus 160. Look what happened after they win the game. They're like minus 320, 350 right now, right? So you have to look at the market. If you're going to take a team that's down in the game, or you bet the game, take the team in the series, especially at plus money, down 2-1, 3-2, something like that in the series. And then you have a great hedge opportunity, in game 7, or live bet it when if they're not working out for you.
Or in these playoffs, just bet the road team.
Yes,
38-26. I don't know what's going on, but road teams seem to be winning all the games. I don't know what the case is. Al? Less pressure, I guess.
Home ice isn't home ice means home court in college basketball means everything. They're kids. And once you start to feel it, you're like, yeah, here we go. And when things go south, they go south. But in hockey, I find the Canadian fans are so rabid. They've been waiting so long for their teams to do well. It's almost like the players at home, they kind of buy into the moment too much. There's too much pressure. And it's great to be a road team because you're like, listen, we're going to dump it in. We're going to smash these guys. And you know what? They're going to do some trick behind the back pass that's going to get intercepted. And we're going to score on 2-on-1, something along those lines. Right. So that's kind of it, Al. You're right. I like the road teams a lot. I have Edmonton in futures. So, that's who I'm betting on. But wouldn't you say Vegas at plus 170? That's a pretty damn good price for a team that smoked their ass the last game.
The last game, I think they got up to plus 162.
And exactly, Al. So that's the thing. I have Edmonton in futures. I don't want to bet against them. I think they win tonight. But you got line, they're almost $2 favorites. And Vegas aren't slouches. They're not a bad team. So you're right. Road teams definitely are the way to go. Road underdogs.
Cam, we're running out of time here, but quickly, you got the Byron Nelson coming up this week. I got two that I like here. Adam Scott plus 3,600, Tom Hoagie plus 5,000.
You gotta be kidding me, Albert Vartanian. Are you reading my mail? I like Tom Kim at 18-1, Adam Scott at 35-1, and Tom Hoagie Sandwich, a nice big bite of the hoagie at 50-1. I actually have that if you're looking for a big underdog. Justin Suh, it looks like Sue, S-U-H at 90-1, and my boy, big hitting Nate Lashley, 110-1. That's what we do with the 6-pack, but I love your Adam Scott pick and Tom Hoagie playing great golf. And he's a TCU guy. Remember, he's from Texas, tournaments in Texas.
Cam, I appreciate you coming on. It's been great, man. Let's do it again soon.
You got it, Albert Vartanian. Love you, Sharman, the rest of the crew. Love you guys, and hopefully you hit some winners. I'll be hitting you up because my picks, I'm ice cold. I'm colder than a deep freezer right now. Give me some winners.